not every job starts with an assignment ahead of time where you get a destination, you get a story that you need to tell, you get a set of instructions exactly where to go, exactly what to do. Not every job is like that at all. A good example of covering breaking news and how that is a very fluid and very demanding environment would be that story with the Blue Angels. So this was early on in the pandemic, and word that the Blue Angels were going to do a flyover. Maybe it was for security reasons that they kept it kind of quiet until the last minute. I have no idea. All I do know is that my assignment editor literally called me and told me I had 10 minutes to cover this. I was just coming to the end of the Queens Midtown Tunnel. I just thought, given where I am, where's the nearest place where people could actually see planes doing a flyover? And then I thought, well, number one, it's going to be on the river, so get over there. So I just immediately made my way into Long Island City to the waterfront, basically. Sure enough, I got to this little park on the water, and there were people gathering to watch the flyover. So this was a cool thing to see. I mean, they got down close enough that you could actually see the planes, and they are like a squadron of fighter jets. Really cool markings on their planes. They paint them up blue and white and little bits of red, and they fly in tight formation, and they were coming low, and they were trying to slow down and fly low enough so that they could kind of get the idea across that they were paying respect to the efforts of the first responders. We really wanted to just see if people were going to gather, because that's where we were at that early in the pandemic. That assignment was back in April of 2020, so really toward the beginning of the pandemic. 2 or 3 months in, everything was still constricting. People were getting used to the idea that you were going to stay away from a crowd. People were getting used to the idea that if you were going anywhere where there's going to be any other people around you, and you were going to be indoors, you were definitely going to have to wear a mask. People at the time were still kind of back and forth on whether you needed a mask outdoors. This was kind of like the first time in that period of time where I got to see a bunch of people come out and get close to each other out on these piers. The piers were only 8 or 10 feet wide. To get hundreds of people out onto those piers, they were packing in like sardines, and it was the first time I was seeing crowds. That's kind of the context of this story. From start to finish, this entire assignment was given out, covered, and reported on all in less than a half an hour from start to finish. I mean, that is not a lot of time to cover something like that. So we really were running, full speed just to make sure we didn't miss this one. You have to know your beat. You really have to know every area you cover and know it like the back of your hand if you want to be able to, on the fly, cover something at a moment's notice like that. Because if I had listened to people's instructions or ideas about where I should go and how I should do it, by the time they finished explaining it, I think we would have missed it already. Thanks for watching today. Go ahead and press that like button, and please feel free to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the stories that we're covering for the New York Post.